In this video we're going to take a look at Mike's output post his Virgin contract, which ended in 1991. He signed to Warner's in 1992. He was with them until 2003. Virgin still had the back catalogue and actually remastered it in the year 2000, pressing HD CDs, and there's been some compilations as well along the way. He signed to Universal, Mercury, in 2004 or 2005, and his first album from them was Light and Shade. So let's take a look at the catalogue right now. Elements. This was released in 1993. Mike was already after releasing Tubular Bells 2 the previous year. So this is a Virgin cash in, I guess. It doesn't really improve on 1985's complete Mike Oldfield. You know, just get the Tubular Bells excerpt, Family Man, Moonlight Shadow, Heaven's Open, 5 Miles Out to France, Foreign Affair, In Dulce Jubilo, Shadow on the Wall. I think that's the extended version as well, judging by the time. Islands, Etude, Sentinel, that's from Tubular Bells 2 with the Warner title. Amadon excerpt, Incantations Part 4 excerpt, Amarok excerpt, and Portsmouth. There was also a 4 CD box set came out around the same time, and that was more or less a career anthology. So the box set, the discography, Virgin obviously. So yeah, this is nothing special really. It's a collector's piece. There's nothing new on here that you won't already have. The Best of Tubular Bells. This was released in 2001. Another compilation. And this is a bit pointless, but it's done in such a way that it's kind of has live stuff and original stuff side by side and stuff like that. Tubular Bells Part 1, original edit. Tubular Bells Part 1, orchestral edit. Tubular Bells Part 1, original edit. Tubular Bells Part 1, exposed edit, so that's a live track. Tubular Bells Part 2, Caveman Song, original edit. Tubular Bells Part 2, exposed edit. Sentinel, Tubular Bells 2. The Bell, Tubular Bells 2. Far Above the Clouds, Tubular Bells 3, The Millennium Bell. And track 12 is Tubular Bells Part 2, Sailor's Horn, Pipe, original. I just bought this just to have it. I have everything on it. It's a redundant collection really. There's just no need really to buy it. Again, Virgin catalogue here. It actually advertises Tubular Bells SACD as well. So that came out in 2001. But this one is, again, you know, you could definitely call it a cash in, and that is exactly what it is. Light and Shade. This was from 2005. I didn't buy this when it came out, I have to admit. I only got it in the last couple of months to fill out my collection, the stuff I was missing. I wouldn't be too gone on this, to be totally honest. It's a double, and I generally think it's like background music. It's all electronic and atmospheric, and nothing really jumps out at you, you know. It's just doesn't do anything any light, and then you have the shade, which is kind of blue theme and stuff like that. You can put it in anywhere you want in the box. It works both ways, but for me, I wouldn't really be gone on it. I prefer the shade, a couple of nice bits on that, but it's like music that he would compose in his sleep. You know, there's nothing challenging here, nothing to grab you. It's just fairly smooth, homogeneous music that has got very little substance. That's my opinion. Next up is the Platinum Collection. This is from 2006. It's a virgin release with 3 CDs. More or less an anthology, really. There's some nice stuff on this and some stuff that you may not have. This is getting expensive. It's quite sought after because it has some 12-inch versions on the 3rd disc. It's a pity it wasn't a 4-disc set with a 4th disc of rarities. That would have been really, really cool. Maybe some live stuff. Yeah, so it's a nice set. And there's artwork as well. Booklet with an essay explaining Mike's career, I guess. And the stuff on this is stuff that has also been released in the year 2000, so you'll see digital remaster after certain tracks. Some tracks then don't have that, so they're probably taken from all over the place. But here are the discs. Just take a look at the track listing. Probably the best compilation after the complete Mike Oldfield. You've got Tubular Bells opening theme, Tubular Bells excerpt, Sailor's Hornpipe, Hercus Ridge, Amadon. There are excerpts in Dulce Jubilo, Don Alfonso. Not really gone in that. I think it's really silly. It's a shame they didn't put Froggy Went to Courting, which I think is a really catchy track. I really like. So it's a pity that wasn't on here. Portsmouth, William Tell Overture, Cuckoo Song, Incantations Part 4 excerpt. That's the finale with the singing. Platinum Part 4, Woodhinge, Moonlight Shadow extended version. That's disc 2, Blue Peter. I'm not mad about the Moonlight Shadow extended version. The single is much better. Guilty long version, Arrival, Wonderful Land, Sheba, 5 Miles Out, Family Man, Mistake, Shadow on the Wall extended version, Foreign Affair, In High Places, Crime of Passion, Tricks of the Light, To France extended, Etude, I love that, Evacuation, Disc 3, Sentinel, Pictures in the Dark, yeah, great to get that on CD. Shine extended version, Islands 12-inch mix, Flying Start 12-inch version. That's disappointing. It's just kind of a guitar and synth intro, and then I think it just goes back into the album version. Then after that, it's from what I heard of it, it's a bit disappointing. The Time Has Come 12-inch version. That was a track from Islands, but it was only on the compact disc, I think. It sounds like ABBA. Innocent 12-inch mix, Earth Moving club version, Amarok excerpt, Heavens Open 12-inch version. I think that's the album version. It might have been pressed on a 12-inch and called the 12-inch version, but as far as I know, I don't think it is the remix. Then we have some Warner stuff, Hibernaculum, Women of Ireland, Far Above the Clouds, The Millennium Bell, Can Be Free. So yeah, this isn't a bad collection, and certainly worth getting your hands on if you need those 12-inch versions. Other than that, it's just a nice souvenir. Music of the Spheres. I actually liked this one. This was done with an orchestra. It's not too long. Yeah, it's not bad. This was released in 2000. 2008. There's kind of two parts. There's 7 tracks in each. You've got Lang Lang piano and Haley Westerina sings vocals on a few tracks. There's some nice bits on it, it kind of does capture your attention, even though it's quite soft. So yeah, this isn't bad, Recorded at Abbey Road. Yeah, so it's quite nice. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it, and it would be in my top 10 of Mike's albums, but it's still not bad. Next up is The Collection. This is from 2009. The catalogue was being remastered at the time. They remastered the whole lot with those tracks. The deluxe editions are great. This is just a collection. It's nothing special really. You've got In Dulce Jubilo is always on it. Amazon excerpt. Portsmouth William Tell Overture. Yeah, you get that on it at least. Incantations Part 4. Guilty, the long version. Blue Peter. 5 Miles Out, Wonderful Land. Taurus 2. Family Man, Shadow on the Wall, Moonlight Shadow, Foreign Affair. So it's functional, but it's not amazing. Yeah, it kind of highlights all the digital remaster of the catalogue, I guess. There's also a version with a double CD. You just get Tubular Bells in there. And it comes in a slip sleeve. That's not really a card slip sleeve. You just get the new version of Tubular Bells single disc. So yeah, this is totally inessential, but if you can pick it up for €1, fair enough. Next up is Two Sides, the very best of. This is from 2012. This was a collection that Mike actually handpicked himself. It's not bad. It's got some stuff that you normally don't get on others, but there's a few boo-boos on it as well, I think. Tubular Bells, Amadon, Crisis, they're all excerpts. The Lake, excerpt. The Lake's only about 12 minutes, so an excerpt of The Lake is bizarre. Especially then when you've got Amarok Part 1 and then Amarok Part 2. It's just about 15 minutes long. It's insane really, because it's kind of boring, I think. It's a shame that The Lake definitely should have been on there, There's too much Amarok. Obviously he felt strongly about that album. Sentinel, Supernova, Ascension, The Tempest. Then disc 2 has got the songs mainly. Guilty, Family Man, 5 Miles Out, Moonlight Shadow, Shadow on the Wall, To France, Etude. It's great to see that. Magic Touch, Islands, Heavens Open, Tattoo, The Song of the Sun, Summit Day, Lake Constance, Broad Sunlit Uplands, The Doge, Palace, Amber Light, Angelique, On My Heart. So there's some Warner stuff mixed in with this as well. But again, it's not essential. If you just like the music, or it's probably a good introduction. Still, the best compilation is probably Complete, really, because that's the strongest material. Complete Mike Oldfield from 1985 is probably a good place to start, and you can track that down. The Warner stuff, kind of turns to background music as the albums go on, I find. Moonlight Shadow, the collection. This is from 2013, only a year after the Two Sides collection. This is all Virgin stuff, as far as I know. Tubular Bells, Amadon, In Dulce Jubilo. I think that's spelled wrong, it should be Dulci. First Excursion, that's pretty cool. You don't normally get that on a compilation. Diana, that's from Incantations. It's one of the parts of the bonus tracks from the expanded version, the Deluxe Edition. Airborne, Platinum Part 1, love that. Guilty, Blue Peter. Sheba, Mount Tidai, Moonlight Shadow, Good News. That's from the Killing Fields. Pity that Etude wasn't on here. Amarok Part 1, Slipstream, Sunset, Aurora. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Very, very cheap as well. I think I paid €6 for it. It was also released on vinyl, but the problem is I think there's only about 6 tracks in it, so it's pretty poor value for money. If it was a double, it would have been great. But yeah, some nice sleeve notes as well, and some nice artwork. So yeah, there's a little bit of thought gone into this one. Yeah. Nice disc as well. So yeah, not bad. Next up is Man on the Rocks. This is a studio album from 2014, and these are songs written by Mike and performed by Luke Spiller, a younger vocalist. I bought this when it came out on vinyl, and I was a little bit disappointed with it because, you know, I wanted an instrumental album from Mike. But I only bought it on CD recently for some reason, just to fill out the collection again, like I said. And I've been playing it for the last week and I really enjoyed it. It's actually not bad. The songs are good. There's probably too many songs on it. There's probably too many, but Sailing, it's great. It's really catchy. The lyrics aren't bad either, you know. I think it's his best song album since Discovery, without a doubt. Moonshine, it's a bit like, starts off like U2 with the kind of echoey, clean guitar. And then Man on the Rocks, that's a great track as well. It reminds me of Scott Walker. It could have been a song from the 60s. Castaway, the drums on Castaway, you just turn it up loud and they are absolutely massive. Yeah, fantastic drum sound. Minutes, Dreaming in the Wind, Nuclear, I wouldn't really be gone on that. Chariots, Following the Angels, that's not bad either. Yeah, it's good. And Irene, it's about the hurricane and I Give Myself Away. It's grown on me. I can't remember how much I listened to it back in 2014. I'm glad I have the vinyl. There was also a deluxe edition with the instrumentals, but you know, just like karaoke tracks really. And there was also a box set as well, I think, with a 5.1 mix, I can't remember. But yeah, Lee Sklar plays bass and he's been with Phil Collins for a long time. Yeah, so yeah, it's a good album. It doesn't really sound like Mike, you know, the guitar solos aren't as in your face as they used to be on his earlier albums and stuff like that, so it's quite restrained, but it's good. The songs are good songs. John Robinson on drums, I think he also played on Tubular Bells 2 for the Caveman section, whatever it was. Mike plays the guitars, obviously, and Stephen Lipson, you know him, he used to work with Trevor Horn, fantastic producer, and Matt Rollings on the piano and the beat 3, and Davey Spillane is on the whistles on Moonshine, Paul Dooley on violin, and then there's some backing vocals and stuff like that as well. It's actually, you know, like it's grown on me. Production is good as well, it sounds great, you know, it was well executed. It really is a good effort. And there you go. So yeah, Man on the Rocks, it's, like I said, it grew on me, and it's not bad. Return to Avalon. When I heard this was coming in January 2017, I was very excited, so I ran out, bought the vinyl, and I bought the deluxe edition here. There's also a single disc version. This technically is Mike's last studio album. It's just more or less Amadon redone. So it sounds very familiar. It's very similar to Tubular Bells too, the way that echoes the first Tubular Bells. I think Tubular Bells 2 is more successful in that it does have some new areas in it. This one, he just started playing the instruments into the desk, I think, and came up with this. It's not bad. There's some beautiful parts on it, and he has the old Gibson style tone as well, the overdriven tone, which is fantastic. But here you've got a DVD. There's an audio version of it. I think it's got the surround sound and stuff like that. Yeah, 5.1. 5.1, where would you be without it? There's lots of pictures as well, and you can see lots of guitars and stuff, yeah, that could be using. I think he went out and bought a lot of new instruments just for this. But it's not bad. I mean, it's, you know, very familiar because it's got similar themes. Then there was rumours he was going to record Tubular Bells 4. That's the Avalon Deluxe edition. Tubular Bells 4 is supposed to be in the pipeline. I'm not sure. Where can he go from here now? You know? So yeah, that's it. There's been nothing since this. You know, there's been a couple of vinyl LPs released in, I think, 2015 or 2016. Exposed was reissued on vinyl, not CD, unfortunately. And then you had the Collaborations LP, which was the 4th disc in the boxed vinyl set from 1976. So that was released as well, but again not on compact disc. But yeah, so we wait with bated breath to see what's going to come next. There's been very little news from the Oldfield camp. So yeah, that's it. So there's no more to say really. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and take care.